Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about this year's Lantern Rite rewards, the most important changes compared to previous years, and also the role of the character Varka within team compositions, along with everything currently being discussed about him. So don't forget to support the video by leaving a like. And by the way, I'll be giving away 5 Welcome Moons every Friday. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, watch the video until the end, leave a comment, and press the like button. Good luck to everyone, and let's get started. The developers have officially announced a special livestream for version 6.3, scheduled to take place on January 2nd. What makes this broadcast particularly interesting is that it won't follow the usual format we're used to with pre-recorded presentations. Instead, it will be streamed live from a festival held in Shanghai. A livestream like this carries very different expectations, because the surprises revealed need to be impressive enough to excite the audience present at the venue itself, not just viewers watching online. As always, redemption codes and surprises will be shared immediately as they go live on my channel, so don't forget to subscribe to make sure you don't miss them. It's also worth remembering that the last time a similar livestream was held during a festival, players received something unprecedented. For the first time ever, a character from the standard banner could be selected for free. That moment caused massive excitement among the audience at the venue. This time, the event also coincides with the New Year celebrations, which naturally raises expectations even higher. As for the usual rewards, players can expect the standard 20 free wishes, along with several commemorative items. There's also a strong possibility that the glider wings will return, in addition to a free 4-star character from Liyue that players can choose. On top of that, a free outfit for a 4-star character is expected. According to the information circulating this year, the free outfit will be for Yao Yao, while Novelette is expected to receive a paid outfit. There is also talk of a free outfit for the Traveler. That said, for long-time Genshin Impact players, these rewards are no longer particularly surprising, as they've become a yearly tradition. Because of that, it's very likely that there will be an additional, unexpected reward this time around. This could take the form of a special outfit selection, a free older character, or even the ability to choose a specific character as an event reward. Now, let's move on to the second part of the video, which focuses on the new information circulating about Varka, what it suggests about his possible role in the game, and why community reactions have been so intense. The goal here isn't to generate hype, lock in expectations, or claim to know exactly what will happen. Instead, we want to break down the discussion itself, what players are saying, why these ideas emerged in the first place, how they connect to previous design patterns in Genshin Impact, and which aspects feel reasonable versus which remain uncertain. By the end of this section, you should have a much clearer mental picture of what this entire debate around Varka actually means, without the noise or exaggeration. The initial spark behind all of this was one central idea, portraying Varka as a character who focuses on short but extremely high-impact damage windows, rather than staying on the field for extended periods of time. This concept alone was enough to ignite controversy, because for years, Varka has been imagined as a traditional frontline fighter, physical, imposing, and dominant in prolonged, direct combat. When new information clashes with an image that has been firmly established in players' minds for so long, friction is inevitable, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. It's important to clarify a key point here. Dealing concentrated damage in a short time does not automatically mean a character is weak or secondary. In Genshin's current design philosophy, many characters who deliver their damage quickly are built around precise timing, rotations, and team synergy, rather than raw on-field presence. There are several recent examples showing how burst-focused damage can feel impactful and satisfying, even when that damage isn't spread evenly over a long duration. This is where the term Anemo Skirk entered the conversation and caused a great deal of confusion. Many players interpreted this comparison very literally, which immediately led to heated arguments. While Skirk is generally known as an on-field damage dealer who spends time attacking, managing her stance, and committing fully to the field, she also has a mode that focuses on dealing very high damage within a shorter window, even if that's not how most people typically play her. The comparison appears to be about damage profile and intensity, not identical gameplay loops. This distinction is crucial, yet it's often overlooked. Genshin Impact has a long history of comparing characters based on where and how their damage is delivered, rather than how long they remain on the field. When players say a character feels like Raiden or feels like Navia, they're usually referring to damage timing and burst impact, not literal mechanics. Because of that, the imprecise wording used in discussions about Varka played a major role in the backlash. If we take a step back and look at the Anemo element as a whole, this idea actually makes a lot of sense. Anemo already covers a wide range of roles: swirl enablers, sustained on-field attackers, plunge-focused units, and hybrid damage dealers that convert reactions into damage. What Anemo lacks, however, is a heavy, burst-oriented damage dealer who enters the field, unloads a massive amount of Anemo damage, and then makes room for the rest of the team. From a design standpoint, that gap clearly exists. This is where the discussion around Venti becomes particularly interesting. Recent adjustments have increased Venti's personal damage and made him more viable beyond pure crowd control. Historically, Venti thrives in fast rotations, short field time, and teams that benefit from grouping rather than extended combos. A Varka design centered around short, high-impact Anemo damage would naturally coexist with Venti instead of competing with him. This kind of synergy isn't unusual for Genshin Impact, especially when older characters receive adjustments shortly before a new unit arrives that can benefit from them. That doesn't mean Varka would be locked to Venti or require a specific team. Genshin almost always allows for flexibility. But when we look at how teams currently function, a quick entry damage dealer would fit cleanly into existing structures rather than forcing entirely new ones. That alone makes the concept feel internally consistent, even if the finer details remain unclear. Narrative context also played a role in amplifying this discussion. Varka has always been portrayed as someone deeply involved in combat beyond Mondstadt, associated with expeditions, external threats, and direct confrontation rather than politics or ceremony. The idea that his story presence includes major combat moments reinforces the perception of Varka as a character whose strength is demonstrated directly, not merely implied. While narrative framing doesn't dictate gameplay outright, it often influences how a character feels mechanically. However, a large portion of the debate later shifted toward Liyue characters. The moment names with long histories and strong emotional connections were mentioned, the focus of the conversation changed entirely. These characters carry years of nostalgia and meta-relevance, so any suggestion of adjustments instantly dominates attention. What stood out here wasn't just excitement, but skepticism. Questions about why certain characters were grouped together, how that grouping fits narrative logic, and why other Liyue characters were excluded are all valid concerns. They highlight why this part of the discussion feels far less grounded than the speculation surrounding Varka himself. On top of that, frustration from Mondstadt-focused players became increasingly visible. Varka is the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, yet the broader discussion often moves past Mondstadt almost immediately. Characters from the region are frequently described as outdated, and the idea of moving forward without addressing them creates resentment. This isn't just about balance, it's about perception and regional identity. In the end, everything comes back to credibility. Even among players who disagree on nearly every detail, most seem to agree that the source of this information lacks a long public track record. That doesn't automatically make the ideas wrong, but it does mean they should be treated as discussion starters rather than conclusions. Genshin Impact has seen countless theories gain momentum for weeks, only to disappear without a trace. Remembering that history helps keep expectations grounded. To sum it all up, the idea of Varka as a burst-focused Anemo damage dealer aligns well with modern design trends and fills a genuine gap within the element, despite the confusing comparison language. On the other hand, broader claims involving large-scale changes to older characters deserve a much higher level of caution. What's most interesting here isn't whether every detail turns out to be accurate, but how the community reacts. These discussions reveal what players want, what they fear, and what they feel has been neglected. In that sense, the conversation around Varka goes beyond a single character and reflects deeper questions about the game's future direction. Now I'd like to hear your thoughts. What kind of surprise do you think the developers are planning for us this year? Share your expectations in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with everything new. See you next time.